in Le Coliseum, and Clip Smith has a preview on the eve of the first game in that best-of-5 set.
Quebec is called La Belle Province. You don't have to tell that to the Sabres. They've had their bell rung 10 times in a row at Le Coliseum. And yet, as the team left Buffalo Airport for Quebec City this afternoon, there was an air of optimism among them. A lot of people have written the Sabres off because they lost 3 straight to Quebec in the playoffs last year. But associate coach Joe Crozier disagrees. In fact, Joe the Crow says those people are for the birds.
We're not afraid of Quebec. Quebec, sure, they got a little lucky last year, but it's going to be a different series this year.
One thing the Sabres won't see in Quebec is a lot of old familiar faces. Tony McKegney was traded to Minnesota and then got hurt. Andre Savard, who had a big goal against the Sabres in the playoffs last year, is also injured. And Frankie Sauvé, Bob's brother, is usually used on the power play. He had the only Quebec goal against Montreal in the loss last week. Speaking of injuries, the Sabres are fairly healthy. Tom Barrasso is out of the hospital and should be in goal, and leading goal-getter Dave Andrechuk should be ready for the opener. And don't look now, but trainer Frank Christie is also out of the hospital. He'll be in Quebec, but he'll be watching and not working. Again, Joe Crozier has a healthy attitude about this series.
As far as our hockey club is concerned, we have a good hockey club, and if our injuries are able to play, we'll be fine.
The Sabres seem to think if they step on the gas in this series, they can win. The so-called experts think they'll spin their wheels and wind up with a repeat of last year's flat tire series. You know, a real blowout. This is Clip Smith for Eyewitness Sports.